Hi guys, this is Ginjo from Londonsaurus, and today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us, episode 6. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe this content, and don't forget to push that notification bell as you will be getting updates as when we release any new episode. Today we're going to go straight into that episode 6. Very emotional episode. Very chilled but emotional episode too as well. Loads of breakdown in regarding Easter eggs that were shown in the episode. The title of the episode we start with is called Kin. It's a reference to Tommy meeting his brother. Joel meeting his brother, Tommy, and also is a reference to what happened in the last season, which we see a bit of flashback in regarding Henry killing his brother and himself too as well, in regarding that, and also the relationship between Joel and also Ellie too as well, getting very closer towards the end of the episode too as well. We see a bit of difference in regarding this episode in the game. Obviously in the game, it gets to winter after Joel gets hurt and Ellie tries to kind of protect him in the woods, but this one it seems like a bigger time jump has happened. It's already winter. You know, we stop at where Joel gets hurt and Ellie has to kind of protect him there. So very good episodes too as well. We're going to point out all the Easter eggs for yourself there. We start off with Joel and Ellie, obviously going to that old couple in the cabin, also trying to help them. The old couple, very funny couple. They refuse to help them. Going forward, we see Joel went for a bit of a hunting closer, but the old people are kind of old and stubborn, and they live in a quiet life. They're not scared of raiders. If they die, they die. But yeah, they obviously know that Joel and Ellie are not killers. They just want information, but they're just trolling them. Literally till they can be able to go. But yeah, they left them unharmed, kind of set off on their way. Obviously, we see Joe struggling a bit in regarding his having this heart palpitations on the way. It seems like, and Ellie also has referenced that when he was asleep, he keeps on mumbling too as well. It's just a reference to Joel being scared whether he's going to lose his brother as well as his daughter too as well, being afraid for Ellie too as well, thinking that he's not going to be able to protect her. So he's going through a lot while he's trying to protect her. Unfortunately for him, but Ellie seems to be trying to help him, trying to, pick up her weight, trying to be able to learn quick, but Joe is just not trusting her. It seems like that his daughter's situation is still kind of haunting him going forward. But yeah, going forward, we see them leave that cabin, cross the river, go towards that famous bridge that we've been seeing in the trailers too as well, towards going to Tommy's settlement there for yourself. Over there, they see the river, and they keep on making reference to it in the game too as well. We see that, and it's very quiet, so we don't see any infected. Joel actually told Ellie that you don't get that much infected out here, which is really good. That's why Tommy's settlement is really a good settlement. We get to see a bit more of the settlement because obviously they're good people, really good community there too as well. So they're quite heading towards there before they kind of get ambushed by Tommy's people. Then obviously Joel did not know that they were his brother's people there for yourself. Obviously Joel has another panic attack right in front of there because obviously they told them to freeze and they had a dog that can be able to sniff the infected. So Joel has a panic attack because obviously he's clean, he's not infected, but Ellie has been bitten so many times and the dog can be able to. The last time she was scanned by the machine, it picked up that she was infected, but obviously she's immune, but nobody knows. But it shoot first and ask questions later, and he went into straight panic mode. But for some reason, I'm not sure if she's mutating to the virus and she's taking, like, her body's changing. The dog did not sniff the infection on her body, and she was kind of playing with the dog, which was quite good. Joel calmed it down. The lady asked who was his brother, and they got accepted into the settlement. Also, it's so nice that we get to see Joel and Ellie's relationship. We always knew it wasn't perfect. The imperfection of their relationships, and when they fight, when they make up together, their bond becomes stronger. And we see that really nice moment when the soundtrack of The Last of Us plays when they were crossing the river. Also, during the night, the campfire, when he shares a drink with her and she says it was disgusting. You know, that kind of moment that you share with your dad, the first time your dad tries to give you alcohol, test you, and, responsible drinking and stuff like that. They have those kind of nice moments. So it's quite nice when they go into that settlement, Tommy's settlement too as well, give them a house together. Obviously, Joel doesn't say anything, but we can tell that he's worried. One of his biggest worries is towards that campfire. Ellie kind of starts asking a bit more. He knows that she's getting very, very emotionally attached, and he's literally losing his senses, losing his shit, getting older, not being able to protect her. He's not as quick as before. He's lost so much people. Emotionally, he's broken down too as well. He's scared of failing her too as well. So he's kind of thinking of leaving her or not making that bond with her. When Ellie was asking, what are we now? What's going to happen after all of this going forward? He's trying to push her back to as well. Why is it we now and stuff like that? But, he does care about her. We tend to find out when he meets Tommy, when he tries to find her a better protector. Not because he doesn't care about her anymore. Obviously, we know that he's just trying to find someone that can actually protect her in regarding taking her to the Fireflies. So there are a couple of changes that we see from the game, and also in regarding Tommy meeting Joel meeting Tommy too as well. In the game, obviously they meet in front of the dam, and also they kind of say their hellos, but this one they actually changed it to inside the settlement. That's why when Joel meets his brother, quite an emotional scene in regarding, because they've not met for a very long time too as well. It's changed, things have changed with Tommy too as well. Tommy's proper settled too as well, and Joel really, really needs him in regarding that too as well. And also, reveal Tommy has a new girlfriend now. He's hitched up and he's married. When he was talking about, we only wanted to talk to family, and he's like, she is family. And very funny scene when Ellie was trying to playing the daughter and dad scene, when he's correcting her regarding her manners, and also she's correcting him in regarding his manners too as well, saying say congratulations, Joel, and he literally said congratulations too as well. So we continue with Ellie scene. It's a really, really settled, normal life that she's never seen. Obviously, Ellie's grown up in the apocalypse. She's never known any kind of real life, a real normality going forward. Even Joel has never seen such a function in society, just like as Tommy was telling him. Obviously, they picked him up when he ran from the Fireflies. Obviously, we are aware who the Fireflies are. Their main purpose is to overthrow Fedra and also create a vaccine for this new world. But obviously, they've done loads of bad things. Overthrowing Fedra have kind of made them the bad people that replace Fedra, because they used their means because of how brutal Fedra was. So Tommy was kind of run away for it. So this is kind of as Tommy's Eden, and Tommy would do anything to kind of protect it, because he helped literally them build it. And also, getting married too as well. Also, we find out that he's having a kid too as well. So this is quite a big thing to him. Ellie actually sees, you can tell that Ellie has never seen anything like it. Quite excited, seeing kids, animals, horses, showing them around too as well. You can see Joel is very, very surprised, but literally Joel completely, when he gets a minute with his brother, I think he's just looking for someone trustworthy that he's had since from before, the only family to kind of break down. We see them have that kind of conversation between him and his brother privately. And after they've had that fight, his brother's told him anything. He said, is this the reason why you've shot the radio? Well, I've been calling you every time. And his brother's kind of explained to him, it's not my fault, it's the rules. If I do that now, they would not let me stay here anymore. And Joe's obviously angry because he's been looking for him, but it's a lot more complicated. It's nice seeing them navigate these feelings. Obviously, the title of the episode is Kin, and it's because Tommy has got a new family and Joe has lost an old family. It's also nice too as well, seeing that Tommy and his wife had a candle for her kid, which has passed too as well, and Tommy had a candle for Sarah, which is his niece, Joe's daughter too as well. But Joe is proper hurting. He needs someone to break down, so he completely break down when he was talking to Tommy. Completely tells him everything, shivering and shaking. He needs that. He tells him he's scared, he can't do it anymore, he doesn't want to let her down. Tommy's quite shocked with everything with everything that he's told him, and actually asking him of this favor when everything's, obviously we understand Tommy's perspective because he's got a kid. He doesn't want to leave his kid. This is the safest he's been. He's got a wife too as well, but he needs to help. There's a greater purpose here because of Ellie. Ellie is the cure, and he is the key to making that perfect society that he wants his kid to grow up into as well. And also his brother's asking him of the relevance and all these things. But yeah, Joel, he agrees to take Ellie, obviously, in regarding taking her to the other side. And in the morning, he goes to tell Ellie, classic Ellie, she was eavesdropping. She's listened already. We see her reading all these pop culture books from the old girl that was staying in the flat. That scene was actually in the game too as well, learning about everything. But she heard, she was quite pissed. She was scared too as well, seeing that Joel wants to abandon her. She doesn't know that he wants to protect her because he's losing the plot. You know, obviously from her perspective, she doesn't understand. She just sees abandonment there for yourself. But they had a massive fight, as is their imperfect father-daughter kind of relationship going forward. Tomorrow morning they go to the stables. That's Joe. He's made up his mind. He wanted to steal a horse. He gave her a choice. She didn't even think twice. She said, Joel, let's go, because that's the only people. You know, Tommy told him that you can come back here. There's a place for you. Joe would want to come back, and Joe, it seems like Joe has made up his mind that they would actually come back to that settlement when everything is sorted. We see them hop on the road, go to the Fireflies base. Very, very deserted. There was no one there. Obviously, Tommy did tell Joel that you might encounter infected. There's a lot of raiders too as well, cannibals too as well, as Joe found out when he was coming out of that deserted university. He tottles with one of the raiders too as well. Unfortunately, Joel gets stabbed too as well. A bit different in the game, but he gets stabbed. They tend to get away, him and Ellie, and you can actually see Ellie's panic when Joel passes out. Obviously, this is the cue when Ellie's training, and this is what she's been learning, would come in handy in regarding protecting Joel till he gets able, or he gets better in regarding that stab wound that he got. And we'll get to see in the next episode how she can be able to put those things that he's taught her into use. But we see a very good scene of him and her, you know, traveling, you know, bonding again, her leaning on him on the horse again. You know, it seems like they've gone very, very closer together. You know, he's learned to actually accept her and, you know, treat her like family too as well, which was quite nice. Another very, very nice and very, very decent episode too as well. I can't wait for episode 2. Again, if you like this episode, please like and subscribe, and also ring the notification bell. It will really help us, you know, push our content. As soon as we get content out, you should be able to be the first to know. Thank you very much, guys.